Well, obviously, we're very excited about the 3 points. We talk about rewarding ourselves in that locker room for a lot of hard work over the last couple months, and I think, and also rewarding the fans and getting to or making sure that this place is somewhere that we can play good soccer and win and entertain our fans from Houston. So, rewarding them, rewarding ourselves tonight overall. We're very pleased to get that out of the way. Coaches can say whatever they want, but you want to get your first win. It helps quite a bit. The mood in there is very good. And the message now is to grow and get better and make sure that we can put this type of performance on at home consistently, because I do believe it's a recipe for getting into the postseason.
I think for that, we'll take questions from here in the audience. Go ahead, Jesus.
Hey, Coach. Was there a halftime message that you gave to the team, or were any halftime adjustments? Because it seemed like in the second half, the team was just, gas, just going.
I think it's twofold. We wanted to continue to be direct at times and push them back, and I think and that message they put into action right away. The last 2 games coming out of halftime, we've given up goals, so that was a real message at halftime to make sure that we're dialed in that first 10 minutes and we're the better team. But I will say this: I know that team very well, Austin, and they got a little leggy in the second half. But that's not saying anything about our performance. Our performance was a high level, and at times in the seasons you have to take advantage of teams that are a little heavy-legged. I think that was also part of it.
This is the second game where Seba starts the game on the bench. What was the thought process behind the starting lineup today?
It's just a coach's decision. Yeah, what Corey does is a little bit different than what Sebas does, and Corey's ability to give us a little bit more structure in the defensive side right now, and also threaten the line with his pace and his repeat sprint ability, I thought was the right call for this game. Sebas has been great. He's been a pro. He's working really hard at training, and I thought he gave us really good minutes when he came on.
Thanks, Coach.
Go with Victor here.
Hey, Ben. Kind of wanted to dive into that a little bit more. Just what you mentioned, Baird for Sebas. A little bit into your other changes to the starting lineup. Steres at right back, Bassi starting. Just wondering what you guys saw. Obviously, it worked.
Well, Bassi, you can see his quality, and that's why we got him. And the reason, he was going to start on game 1, but he got an injury late, and then he was out for a little bit, so his fitness levels weren't great for New England. He came in, got some minutes, looked good. We played him against York on the weekend, and he continued to show us that he's a gamer and he's a guy that needs to be on the field. So I thought his performance was he had a really high level today, helping us keep the ball. Makes a lot of little plays to add up possessions, and he's got a final ball, which is something we're lacking right now. As far as Daniel Steres, I thought he was as good as anybody. That's an unnatural spot for him, and he took it. Took his task really well. I thought he controlled that side for most of the night. He's not a guy that's going to go end to end like Tate on the other side, but he was disciplined, and he made the plays that mattered over the night. But collectively, we were good. Everybody showed up and played at a 7-8 level, and that's what it takes for us to win games in this league. We can't have 1 or 2 guys not showing up. So if we can do that consistently, we'll give ourselves a chance.
And then first goals for Bassi and Herrera. How important is it to have those guys get on the score sheet and have those first goals under their belt?
Almost as important it is to put up shutouts. So it's great all around. Defensively, you know, we don't tout those guys enough. I thought Teenage was really good, and Ethan had his best game. So I was proud of those guys to keep a high, you know, high scoring team off the board. But yeah, for Hector to score a goal and to get on the board, and also Bossy is a big deal. One out of run of play, you know, another set piece PK. So yeah, all in all, a good night, and we're going to enjoy it because it's our first one, and it's nice to get that monkey off our back, and then we're going to get back to work and hopefully get better.
Go to Dustin.
Hey, Ben, you mentioned how big the win was for the players in the locker room, for the fans, but I'm just curious for you, it's been since 2020 when you were coached last, just how important this win is for you. I know you've talked about this was the right moment for you to come back as a coach. Just your thoughts on getting a win as a head coach again.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it that much. I'm really, again, just pleased that that ownership's here, fans are here, the building was full, and that the players are smiling and believing in what we're doing here. That's important to a coach, and there won't be any pats on the back. It's, you know, when coaches win, it's a little bit more relief. It just means you sleep a little better tonight. But you know, I'm really thankful to be back in this job. It's been great to be back on the field, working with the guys, and to win is nice. That's also why we do this. Thanks for that question.
We have one more in the room before we go to Zoom. Back to Jesus.
Coach, this win is the first win for the team this season. You know, 3 games in. From this game, you know, we're speaking like a lot of positives. What are some things that you saw that you already want to improve from this team based on this game?
You know, I think defensively we shored up some things that we've been working on over the last 2 weeks. Offensively, I'd still like to be more cutthroat, more numbers in the box. I think there's a lot of chances out there tonight where we won the ball high up the field, and still a little bit cleaner in our transitional moments to really put the knife in some of these, you know, really good moments. And that's when we talk about rewarding ourselves for all this hard work, because we got guys that are willing to put the work in and win the ball up high in good spots, and just a little bit more clinical, a little bit more of a killer instinct in the final third. But hopefully that will come.
Thanks.
We'll wrap up with Thiago on Zoom. Thiago, go ahead.
Good night, Coach. Congratulations for the victory. Arthur arrived at Houston this year and has been a starter ever since. What is your vision about the Brazilian player and his importance in the team?
Artur? I'm glad you mentioned him. That's a great question. Hector was our internal man of the match, but if I had to pick another one, it would have been Artur. The amount of ground he covered, the amount of duels that he won, the little plays that you know, a lot don't show on this iPad and that are noticed by your average fan. He did so much work today. So he was very sharp, and he's also just he's a wonderful human and a really good connection. Spanish speaking, Portuguese and English, and he's a real glue guy for the locker room, which helps out a coach.